Hello, welcome to Duck It. In this video we're going to be trying to remount the trolling motor and then also trying to resync the remote control to it as well. Actually was robbed a couple weeks ago and they raided the shed and the boat, and one of the things they took was the remote control. Glad they didn't take the trolling motor, which is now why there's this handy dandy lock on board. But going to remount the trolling motor because when I launch the boat, the little hitch here ends up snagging on the release, and this is how it came mounted from the dealership. But despite that happening and it already broke off, I asked them to remount it and they said that that is actually the correct position that it should be on, despite it literally broke on the second launch ever with the boat. The manufacturer has the trolling motor mount plate right here, but they said that that's not recommended because I guess with the spot lock, like the anchor mode, you want it to be center, which is fine, and I understand that, but then it shouldn't break every single time you launch the boat. So I'm going to just try to scoot it over slightly to where it's not at least directly over the winch here. If you have not yet, please hit like, please hit subscribe. If you get anything out of this video, it would only take a second for you to click those buttons and it really would help. Thank you. All right, to pair the remote, I have the motor itself turned on, remote turned on. Hopefully you guys can see with the glare here. But from this screen, if you just scroll down, you can see system on the bottom right. Click that. If you scroll down, you can see the pair selection here. And then there's also a pair button right here on the head of the motor. If you go ahead and start the pair, you hold down the pair button here, and the 3 beeps mean that it's paired. So it should be good here. I'll go back to home. Yep. So now, yep. So remote would be working now. And that's it. So after removing the trolling motor itself from the base plate here with your quick release, if you have one of those, you have these 4 screws. I'm positive that they have a nut on the bottom side holding it together. So I'm going to remove this control panel plate so I can have access to it. So with all the screws removed, I do have a little bit of room to work with here to get that out of the way with the length of the wires, and it looks like I will be able to reach up underneath. Alright, so I removed the 3 screws. I kept that one because all I did was try to, essentially I'm going to see if it's going to work, but I'm just going to try to swivel it off a little bit to the side. It ended up being a 7/16 wrench, washer and nut on the bottom. But before I start drilling any new holes, I'm definitely going to make sure that it's exactly where I want it to be. So from the position that I guessed, it does look like it should be fine. I don't think it'll clip when I launch the boat from this way. And then it does deploy fine. And you do want a little bit of wiggle room for the motor, just for if you hit a stump or waves or anything like that, so you don't want it to be touching. So I am going to try to drill the holes here, and I'll test it out this weekend, and I'll just change it if it's not quite perfect. Trolling motor is done. The quick release is back in and locked up so nobody steals it. It should deploy fine, it should ride fine. I'm going to test it this weekend and I'll do an update video. For some reason it doesn't work. The remote is synced, so that should be fine as well. If you have to do a project like this as well, go ahead and comment below on if it worked for you or not. If you are installing a motor for the first time, I mean, the steps should be pretty much the exact same. And then, I mean, if it doesn't come with a new remote, then this is how you would sync it. I'm going to link the remote here in the show notes below. If you click on that link, I should get a very small commission from the sale, so that would help support the channel. If you learned anything from this and if it was helpful in any way, please go ahead and again click like, click subscribe, or click on that product link, and it would help. Till then, thanks.